The ketogenic diet. Keto, ketosis. What do I think to ketosis? Well, in a nutshell, I think it's a great diet. Is it sustainable long term? Absolutely sustainable long term. I hate when people say, oh, you can do keto, but long term it's not healthy for you. Of course it is. Absolutely is healthy for you. In fact, many people who are ill from certain autoimmune diseases and stuff like that, I can't remember exactly what they are. I'm not a medical expert, but they use the ketogenic diet to hold off certain things spreading. Cancers, in fact, I'll tell you, I don't know, don't quote me on this, and I can't be asked to Google it. There's a certain percentage, and I'm sure it's higher than 50% of cancers that stop spreading, not get cured, don't say that, stop spreading. You know, cancer spreads. To stop cancer spreading, certain cancers, if you take no carbohydrates, they won't spread. You won't get healed off it, but they won't spread. So ketogenic's amazing for a lot of things. Put medical stuff aside, if you are a fat piece of shit and you want to lose weight and you want to be healthy, ketogenic is a great way to start. The first thing that I think is the most important thing that it does, it gives you mental clarity. That's the main thing. It doesn't give you that sugar craving, that dopamine, that fake release that you'll get from sugary, carby kind of sweets, beverages, all sorts of just junky kind of food. Even like fruits sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about ketogenic here. I include fruits in my diet, which is why I don't do keto. And if you guys follow me or if you are a client of mine, I always do at the very least, 2 high carb days a week with a cheat meal. So you can clearly see I do not follow keto. But I do believe it's a very good diet. I do believe some of the principles that keto teaches you are amazing. And if you were to just start with keto, then maybe transition onto something else, it's great. If you were to do keto and stick with keto for the rest of your life, I can almost guarantee you will live a very healthy, fruitful life. You won't have no issues with gut. You won't have no issues with skin. You won't have no issues with hair. You won't have no issues with your stomach gases playing up or anything like that. I think it's a very, very good diet. In fact, if I was to pick one diet out there that I don't do, that I don't like endorse or that I don't follow, I would say the ketogenic diet is one of the best ones because it's high fat, high protein, zero or minimal carbs, I think it is. In fact, it might be zero carbs. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about the carnivore diet? Now, from my understanding, carnivore, keto, very similar. Carnivore only is just meat, I'm pretty sure. That's all it is, hence the name carnivore. So it's just, again, fat, protein. I'm not going to give you the science behind it, who invented it, what happened, what he did, what he don't. I don't really care about that. The point I'm trying to say is it is 100% a great diet. And I'll tell you one thing that you learn from this diet. Fat doesn't convert to fat. That's the big thing. That's the big misconception out there. People think eating fat, you're going to get fat. It makes it, you think about it, don't you? Think, this is fat. If I eat fat, I'll get fat. Wrong. That's not how fat is made. That's not how fat is stored because technically fat isn't made. Is it made? Kind of ish. Stored. You know what I'm trying to say. That all happens with carbohydrates, with sugar, glycogen. That is how fat is stored. So if you stay away from there, I've seen guys that stay shredded all year round on keto. I mean, if you look at celebrity culture, celebrity world, who's the big ketogenic guy or carnivore guy? Joe Rogan, shredded. A lot of the CrossFit athletes, I think majority of CrossFit athletes do the carnivore diet, keto diet, shredded. Look at the girls in CrossFit. I mean, I know they're juiced up to the max. There's no way those girls are natural. I don't care who you are in CrossFit. Look at me. I'm telling you right now. You ain't natty. I know you ain't natty. You guys ain't getting drug tested in CrossFit. Get out of here. It's not USADA. Even USADA's not the best. Conor McGregor, John Jones, Brock Lesnar. Come on, guys. You want me to veto? Do you want me to continue? Idris Adesanya. Come on, bro. You know what I'm talking about. I don't buy into none of that garbage. But the point is, it's a great diet. Absolutely must try it. And this is another thing as well. I should have mentioned this first, which is what I was trying to mention first, and I went off on a long tangent about something else. The mental clarity it gives you is amazing because you don't get that brain fog. You're not having the carbohydrates. And the main thing, the most important thing, it teaches you discipline. Because if you can do keto, The discipline you get with keto, you can do any diet after that. So technically you've done like not the worst diet, if you want to call it that. Like if you want to put in hierarchies of like which is the hardest diet to do, ketogenic's right the hell up there, if not the hardest. But once your body switches into ketosis, I believe you can hit ketosis in 2 to 3 days. In fact, I have hit ketosis in 2 to 3 days. I've even done the whole piss test, the strip test thing, and I have been in ketosis. I've had a cheat meal. 2 days later, I'm in ketosis. So those people that say it takes 14 days to ketosis, I think they're called scientists. I think something like that. They call something like that. I think they call scientists who think they know everything about nutrition, even though they're scientists. But yeah, those guys, they don't know jack shit. You can hit ketosis at any time. As long as carbohydrates aren't present, you are in ketosis. Your body is using ketones as energy. Very easy to do. Now, don't get me wrong. If you are trying to hit ketosis for the first time, it might take you a couple of days. It might take you 5 or 6 days. But you are in ketosis. You have a high junky carb day, a big cheat day, birthday, wedding, whatever's going on. Next 2 days, you go keto. Day 3, you're in ketosis. Why? Because I've done it myself, tried and tested it. You can hit it. So hopefully, guys, I've covered everything there. It is absolutely great for discipline. It will teach you a lot of disciplines. In fact, if you were to start with that, like I've mentioned before, don't want to repeat myself, and I'm repeating myself, every other diet is easy after the ketogenic diet. So hopefully that answers the few people that have, when I say a few, it's a bit embarrassing. 3 people have asked me, but I'm sure it's going to help a lot more people than that. So comment down below if you've ever done the ketogenic diet. Like and subscribe.